Yeah, well, we're expecting later on today for Matteo Salvini and Luigi Di Maio, after several days now of conversations between them. They've hashed out this plan for government. They're now going to be meeting once again with the Italian president, Sergio Mattarella, and really hoping to win his approval for a prime ministerial candidate who as yet has not been confirmed. We should have some clarity on that later on today. They'll also be sort of seeking to unofficially win his approval for some of the policies that they've had their party members vote on over the course of the weekend, because of course we've heard from Mattarella in the past that he will not agree to any new laws that he thinks are unconstitutional or in fact break with European or other international treaties. So when we look at some of the elements in this proposed policy, it includes things like increased spending. We're seeing €780 a month basic income guaranteed for Italian families. That will be means tested. It will rely on people going looking for jobs. So of course it essentially works like a normal unemployment benefit, but that has been a central plank of Five Star's policy. In terms of their ability to spend more money, they're looking at 125 billion euros for that, according to one study from a Milanese university. And in terms of migration, that was a very central issue during the election. Salvini seems to have won the day in terms of policies there. He's hoping for 500,000 migrants to face relatively immediate deportation. That's something that they talked about again and again in their campaign, the League, his party, and that looks to be something they've now agreed upon, including also deportation camps where migrants could be held for up to 18 months. One other issue worth talking about, the Eurozone exit seems to now be off the public table at least, and the idea that we saw floated in one of the draft proposals last week about the downplaying of the 250 billion euros worth of debt from the ECB, that's now not something they're trying to push forward, guys.
Let me ask you about some analysis. So, a man that we've spoken to a lot on the channel, Willem, is a man called Alistair Newton, and his point that he raises is that to all intents and purposes, Lega is to Italy what Front National would have been to France if it had been elected to the role of government. What do you make of that? Do you agree or disagree?
Well, I mean, what's really interesting is to say that over the course of the weekend, we've heard from Matteo Salvini very proudly stating that he believes 90% of his party's programme has been included in this joint policy proposal involving Five Star. So whether or not they are the Italian version of the BNP is essentially irrelevant, because their policies seemingly now have really gained some traction in this coalition. The question is, will they be able to implement a lot of these issues? They're going to face challenges, of course, from a presidential veto. And in terms of things like spending, of course, it's not like the ECB was ever going to give them a free ride. They're an independent body. The other question is whether they can interact. They're looking for an overhaul of European economic governance. It doesn't make it that easy just because all 27 other European member states are not going to roll over and say, you know what, you're absolutely right, let's agree with everything that you're proposing. So it's worked very well for Salvini. Initially, remember, the League, the Northern League, wanted separation from the rest of Italy. He built a career essentially criticising Rome. Now he's building a reputation criticising Brussels, but that doesn't mean that these things can be implemented.
Hey everybody, it's Hadley Gamble from our new CNBC Middle East Bureau in Abu Dhabi. Thanks for stopping by. Now to watch more, you can try one of the videos that just popped up on your screen. And don't forget to subscribe.